welcome to day 9 of Vlogmas, and we're going to talk about a topic that I love to talk about, and that is my favorite movies to watch around Christmas time. So I hope that some of these are your favorites, or if they're not, that maybe you'll check them out, and I hope that you enjoy this video. So the first movie I want to talk to you about is White Christmas. This stars Bing Crosby, and this is a movie that you'll be surprised at how little Christmas is actually in White Christmas. But there's just something about it, something about the atmosphere. It's just very, it's got a happy atmosphere to it. I don't know how to explain it, but it's also fun, some like fun female-male drama, and it's about these two guys who have been soldiers together, and then they end up having a singing career once they are done fighting in the war, and some of the drama that happens with their career and these two sisters that they meet, and it's just really fun and lighthearted and a very comforting movie to watch. The next one is Eloise at Christmas, and this to me is such a movie that really owns the spirit of Christmas, and it's so larger than life and caricatured and dramatic and winsome at the same time. This was a made-for-TV movie from maybe 10 years ago, and it's about the little spunky Eloise who lives in the plaza with her nanny, who in this movie is played by Julie Andrews. And all of the adventures that she gets into during Christmas time, and there is so much about Christmas that's packed into this. The Christmas food, the decorations, the gift buying, all of the activities, and it's also really fun to see it set in the Plaza Hotel where they're decorating and having all sorts of events. And of course, in the end of the movie, Eloise has saved the day for several different characters, and it's just so much fun. I just really like, I think it's the most fun out of all the Christmas movies that I love. The next one is one that was a tradition for my siblings and myself growing up, and that is the Muppets Christmas Carol. So this is pretty self-explanatory. It's a Christmas Carol told from the Muppets and featuring the Muppets along with some humans, and it is also a musical, so it's hysterical to watch, you know, Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy and Gonzo and Rizzo the Rat and Sam the Eagle, a whole cast of characters throw a lot of humor into a really heartwarming but sometimes scary story. And I think it's really neat how they really do actually use direct quotes from the book A Christmas Carol, so it's actually very faithful to the story. And the next one is Arthur Christmas. This is an animated film, and it features James McAvoy as the main character, and he is in the family of the Christmases, and his family has you know, the next man who's in the line to Santa. You know, they always carry on the line of Santa, and so he has an older brother who's most likely going to be Santa, but there is a bicycle that is accidentally not delivered on Christmas Eve, and so Arthur takes it upon himself to go with his grandfather and his grandfather's very old reindeer and deliver this present. And this is just a very fun and different Christmas movie, and I remember being super impressed by it when I watched it a couple of years ago, and it was just very enjoyable. The next one is It's a Wonderful Life. This is very classic and one that makes me cry every single time I watch it. It is about George Bailey, who over the years has ended up just being in really kind of dire straits, and he wishes that he'd never been born, and then he gets to see what the town that he lived in, what his family would have been like, and just what the world would have been like without him. And it's kind of the curse, you know, may you get what you wish for, and he gets to see that. And it has such a heartwarming ending, and I absolutely love It's a Wonderful Life, and I have to watch it every single year. The next one is The Shop Around the Corner. This one isn't specifically a Christmas movie, but it does end around the Christmas season, and it is basically the original You've Got Mail. So there's Jimmy Stewart, and he's corresponding with, I can't remember the co-star's name, but anyhow, they're corresponding, they're pen pals. They, you know, inquire to have a pen pal through the newspaper, and they end up working together, but they don't know who the other one is. And they really, really don't get along. They start off on the wrong foot, and then eventually, you know, they find out that the other one was their pen pal, and it's just very sweet and heartwarming and funny and charming. It's very charming. The next one is Little Women. This movie starts out on Christmas Day, so it's just, of course, very cozy and Christmassy, and It just has so much warmth and emotional depth to it, and I absolutely love it. The next one is the newer 90s version of The Miracle on 34th Street. To me, I just love the acting so much more in this one, and Mara Wilson is such an effervescent actress, and I just think she's wonderful. Yeah, I just love her as Susan. And this is a story of a mother and a daughter who don't believe in Santa Claus, and the little girl tells the man who claims that he's Santa that if he's really Santa, he'll get her a dad, a baby brother, and a house. And so then it's up to Santa to do that, to win her over and convince her that he really is Santa. And this is just one of my favorite movies. I absolutely love it. Then Charlie Brown Christmas. This is such a cozy and nostalgic one for me, and it's so relaxing, and I think I appreciate now about the Charlie Brown movies that they are so much more slow-paced and so much less jam-packed than other movies today. So it's like a chill out, calm down, just watch the story, enjoy it happen, and I really like it. And then let's see, the Santa Claus and the Santa Claus 2. These star Tim Allen, and he kind of is inherited the job of Santa and how he handles this, and his son Charlie is so fun to watch, his relationship with Charlie, and you get to see the North Pole and all of the elves. And if you like Tim Allen's really sarcastic kind of humor, then you will love these movies because they have very sarcastic humor, which I love. And I think these are just really fun movies. And the Santa Claus 2 is where he has to find Mrs. Claus, and so that's a nice kind of plot to have for the second one. The next one is The Family Stone. This has a lot of actors you'll know: Diane Keaton, Rachel McAdams, Sarah Jessica Parker. Okay, I can't remember any other names right now, but there are lots of actors and actresses that you'll recognize. But this is about a very white-collar man who is, high-end executive living in New York City with his girlfriend, and he wants to take her home to meet his family. And it is a bunch of people with, rich white people problems, but I love this movie, and it just has a really great ending, and there's so many personality clashes and dynamics, but I really enjoy it. Then another one kind of in that adult Christmas movie category is Love Actually, and this is one of those movies that has 7 or 8 interweaving plots that you don't realize how all of the characters are connected until the very end of the movie, and it's very fun to watch. Somebody was just saying that it's fun to watch at the beginning of December because it's not explicitly a Christmas movie, but there's some Christmas sprinkled in there. So when you kind of want to get warmed up to the Christmas movies, Love Actually is a good route to go. It has a really fun soundtrack, and it's really neat to see how these characters are all connected by the end of the movie. And then another grown-up Christmas movie that I really like is The Holiday, and this stars Kate Winslet and Cameron Diaz, and it's about these two women who are really unhappy with their lives, so they decide to switch houses from LA to the countryside of England and switch them for the holidays and kind of get a break from their lives, get away. And of course there's going to be some romance and some humor, and it's a really fun movie. The next one and the last one on this list is Meet Me in St. Louis, and this stars the lovely Judy Garland, and this is a movie that is also kind of a good starter Christmas movie because it takes place during all of the seasons. It starts out in the summer, it ends in the spring, and there is a really fun Christmas, section of the movie. And also, in case you didn't know, the song Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas is from this movie. And it is a very sad scene, though, where it's set. But overall, the movie is really fun, and you are left with the warm fuzzies after watching it. And it is a musical, so there's some fun numbers in there if you like musicals, and it's just one of my favorite movies ever, I'm pretty sure. So I hope you like some of these movies. I hope you check some of them out. I highly recommend all of them, and I will see you guys for another video soon. Bye, guys.